ikaw na pagkamiulami. Puro kaya kapag dito lukma.
Everybody, Rich Wallet, have a fun and slim design. You guys, I love my Rich Wallet. It's the best wallet I've ever had in my whole entire life. I just love the way it looks. It fits in my pocket well. It doesn't feel like it's gonna ever get destroyed, and it's just so convenient. And I thank the Lord Jesus that they created it for me.
And it's such a smart design.
It's a great design. Yeah, it really is.
Like, to think of this little notch right here.
Yeah.
Where you can push out your cards this way.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pick them from the front.
And a lot of these what do you call it, clip wallets? They have a credit card thing, but all the credit cards are exposed almost usually out. Yeah. So they weather fast. This right here, they're in a wall. They have two walls. You use yours too as well?
And you have anti-theft protection.
So good. It's got anti-theft protection, and I'm so grateful that they're even sponsoring us. This is great. Go to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code TigerBelly for 10% off, guys. That's ridgewallet.com, promo code TigerBelly. Ridge Wallet, it's fun and slim design. You ready?
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of the TigerBelly. I have my beautiful girlfriend with me. Her name's Khalyla. Give her a round of applause, everybody.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. We've got Georgetown, USA right there with his pink penis and his pink skin and his white. You're so white.
Thank you.
You know, with that kind of shirt on, you're like the whitest of whites. I love it.
Something on a
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because you guys rule the world. You understand that? You and the Russians and everybody. I love it.
George
I love
and
it.
the Russians.
I love what you guys are doing. And then we got his handsome cousin right there. Way better than looking than you.
Gorgeous.
Way better. Like God spent some time on Bryce. So give Bryce a round of applause. He's back from the farms, man. He was back from the farms. And we got Flip. I love him.
What's up?
What's from the Philippine state of the islands of the Philips. Right there, man.
The flip-flips.
Yeah. And guys, what a wonderful guest we have here. When George a couple of months ago said, "What's your wish list?" Who did I put in there? I put a lot of big people in there.
George Clooney.
Clooney. Yeah, Clooney was on it.
David Duchovny.
Yeah. B.O. was on it. Duchovs was on it. You know what I mean? I literally said Thomas Lennon, but I don't know if he'll do it. Remember I said that?
Yeah.
But you put your name down, and guess what? Who we have right now? I don't know. You know who we have today? We have motherfucking Thomas Lennon. Give him a round of applause, everybody. Thomas Lennon. From Reno 911, 1,000 movies, Sean Saves the World, Odd Couple.
Good luck. Goodbye, Bobby Lee.
Yeah. Listen, man.
I'll sing an intro for you every time I'm introduced.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Thomas Lennon, everybody. Give him a round of applause. I fucking love your energy right now, man. Let me say something to you, T. Can I call you T?
Yeah, but don't say my name again, or otherwise I'm going to have to introduce you.
Yeah.
The Mirage proudly welcome.
Thomas.
Bobby, I'm glad to see you, my friend. The last time I saw you, we used to.
What would
remember that period of our lives where we ate a lot of Italian food?
Yeah. Maggiano's.
There was that Italian restaurant in Detroit.
Oh yeah, that one we went to.
We were going crazy on Italian food.
So T and I, we've done a couple of things together. When we were in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
We did that movie Harold and.
I wish I could remember the name of it.
Harold and Kumar Christmas People.
The
Christmas People.
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar's Christmas People.
Yeah, Christmas People, and that was fun.
You were the bravest. I've been in a lot of movies. That's not a brag. That's some of them, and one or two good movies. You had the hardest day I've ever seen anybody put up with on that movie. There's a scene where Bobby. Have you guys seen the picture?
Yeah.
So there's a scene where Bobby gets pelted with eggs. You're running from like.
Yeah.
And they shot that so many times, and It was
But
so
it was
brutal.
a machine
Yeah.
made,
like a Tommy gun.
Yeah, like a Tommy gun egg machine.
Shooting at you.
And each egg, it's like having a paintball on.
I
you.
believe in the
my
script
God.
it said it looks like the shot of Charlie Sheen in
Platoon.
Platoon.
Right.
When he's just going like, or is that
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe? I don't know.
It was
One of those
either
motherfuckers.
one.
Yeah.
It was either one.
So you got hit so badly.
Yeah,
you
and
know
what
what?
happened was
You were a real champ.
they go, it's gonna sting, but I think you can handle it. I go, yeah, dude, it's fucking no breather. I'm a man, bro.
No breather.
Yeah, but
Yes.
then they shot you with a machine gun full of eggs.
Yeah, and
not
then
only
as soon
that-
as one hit me,
Yeah.
it was the most painful thing I'd ever felt.
Why was it so hard?
So it hit, and I go, oh no,
horrible.
there's 80 more.
There's 80 more.
Oh,
and
my
by the way,
God.
also like, can you get like Legionnaire's disease from just like, like basically they're like, we're gonna murder you.
Yeah.
But we're also gonna give you salmonella
Right, ta-da.
on the streets of Detroit.
And you know what the director did too? He goes, there's not enough on the face. So he took his own eggs
Yeah.
and just started throwing eggs at my head when I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
Like a bastard.
I remember thinking, this is fucked up,
Yeah.
and I should say something.
But did you?
Fuck no. Because I was like, what if they come for me?
Right.
I was like, when they come for Bobby, that's a good time for me to stay low and be like, I don't know him.
And you know what?
And
I
I just
also
kept
worked
my
with you on
fucking head down.
Sean Saves the World.
I know, that's when you got me to start smoking again because you made it look sexy.
Oh, yeah.
I was hanging out
got him to
here.
start
I know,
smoking?
but you were smoking and I was just looking at you. You got to be very careful because I was out looking at you, and we were sitting on a break on the Universal lot, and I used to smoke 3 packs a day. One time I smoked a cigarette through my nose. I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd had my wisdom teeth pulled.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Don't you dare smoke." And I'm like, "All right." So I'm like, "Joke's on you, motherfucker." When I left, I lit a cigarette and went.
Whoa.
So I was that guy.
Yeah.
Then I quit for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I saw you one day, and you're just sitting. Here's what you're doing. You're literally just like lounging outside at Universal.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
pontificating.
my God, I love it.
How he does it.
Pontificating.
That's how he does it.
And you're making like smoke rings.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're
yeah.
writing out funny letters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that looks fucking appealing.
Yeah.
And then I bummed a cigarette off of you.
And then you've been smoking.
And then I was like, hey, can I have one more later? And then like later I chased you to your car and I'm like, give me one more, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah.
And then I smoked for a couple years.
Oh my God.
Then I got hypnotized and I'm great. I'm really good.
I'm so sorry
No,
that
I've
I
been
got you
good.
hooked back in.
It wasn't you. You just made it appealing.
And
You never said like, do this or I'll kill you.
Right, but I
No.
should have just given you one and let
You
it go.
just look cool.
He
Yeah.
doesn't smoke anymore.
No, I know.
I know. We
I
talked
know.
about that before we even started.
It's been a year now.
It's
Exactly
over
a year.
Over a year.
Oh yeah.
It's been over a year. I know, all right, because I'm suffering through it. Okay, baby. When I was working on that show, that's Sean Hayes, and it was a sitcom.
Oh my
And
God, you were really funny on that too.
I
yeah.
know, but can I just
Yeah.
say something?
Uh-huh.
I literally and I like white dudes. I do. I think. I know. Just listen what I'm saying.
I'll take him with a grain of salt. I'm real nervous that there's one between me and the door. I mean, not to be a dick.
No, but what I'm saying, and I
There's
don't.
a real
hate,
kind of tiki torch looking dude between me and the door. I didn't say that. I mean, you present. I can't help how you present.
I know.
He is a tiki torch.
You got a
white.
slight tiki vibe. I'm just. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's how you present.
It's the way you present it.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Okay, so you
But
said,
I saw- but
the
when
last
I-
thing you said was, I love white guys.
No, I know, but I do. But what I'm saying is that I get like when I see some comics and stuff, and they're Caucasian, I go, yeah, I got to defeat them, or I can be better, or I'm better,
Right.
or whatever, right?
them?
It's just one of those things where it's the way that I can like own up to my ethnicity and
Right.
and find courage and you
Yeah.
know and set marks for myself. But when I saw you on that show, I'm not, and I know you probably don't like compliments, but dude,
who said- wait,
you are
who said that?
so fucking.
Did someone warn you in advance? They're like, hey, whatever you do, don't
But you are
compliment Tom.
so
He'll-
fucking good, dude.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm really good in small doses, which is why you'll love Dog Days. Not currently. in
Oh,
theater.
you want to segue into the thing you're
Well,
going to promote?
it was a quick plug.
already.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. And
we're
then
not there. No, we're not talking about it yet.
Well, I'm gonna. The thing is, I'm just gonna do that like 16 times, and then
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah.
But now I'll segue right
so
back.
Dog
out.
Days
The Tiki
is a
Torch
movie.
guy
That,
is
is
still
it out
looking at
now?
me.
Dog Days.
Right now.
And
Terrific.
when did it? Friday it came out.
Yeah, Wednesday. But you know Ken Marino from the state,
Yeah.
the big the handsome Italian. guy.
Yeah, yeah. I love him.
Yeah. Ken directed it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a little funnier than you might expect.
Right, and is there obviously dogs in it?
There's nothing but dogs in it. I don't know if
Right.
you saw the poster.
Tone Bell's in it, right?
Yes, Tone Bell
Yeah,
is
you know
totally in
Tone.
it.
Oh, I love Tone.
Yeah.
I saw the poster.
Yeah. The poster
Dog Days
cuts off at
it's all
people's waists.
Yeah. So, are you any of those legs?
I'm the khakis.
Oh, you are.
As you can tell by the incredible bulge. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Again, he's looking at me now. Tiki's
So the
taking a
Dog
picture.
Days is out, and have you saw the movie? Obviously.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You love it.
It's a very funny movie.
Yeah.
It's a sweet movie. Now, there's movies that like my in-laws in Ohio don't want to see that I'm in.
Right.
That's most of my oeuvre. You know,
Yeah.
is either like in Bad Teacher, like just my wiener's on the Xerox machine, or something stupid's happening. But this
Yeah.
is the one. This is actually like a fun movie that like people can go see,
Great.
and they won't hate you later.
Yeah. Well,
I'd be
I
like,
love
hey.
dogs, and
Right.
I do. I obviously have 3.
Yeah.
In fact, we have a picture of our dog in front of one of the, those
yeah.
the bench.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I gotta show it to you.
Wait. You have a photo of one of our dogs in front of his
Dog
poster?
Days
Yeah.
poster.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's so
Oh, that's
cute.
amazing.
Yeah.
Which one of the dogs?
Julio.
Fucking no.
I love
oh,
these dogs
Julio.
so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Julio is in front of it.
Julio's the sort of salt and pepper.
No, Julio
No,
is the
Julio's-
all
Oh, Julio's
brown.
the little
Little brown.
brown crazy one.
Do you have dogs?
I got 2 dogs, Heidi and Pedro.
You know what?
Yeah, what's up?
And I know I don't want to get in. I don't want to get deep into it, but
I want to get nothing but deep into it.
but here, and it's so funny because I'm thinking of today. I was thinking,
I'm gonna pee in this jar while you talk.
but today I was
No.
thinking,
No. Do your thing.
Today I was thinking, what are my encounters with Thomas Lennon? And I'm going to tell you, I remember all the encounters I've had with you.
Okay. What
The
was
first one
one?
you'll probably never remember.
I bet.
Maggiano's.
Was it Maggiano's Little Italy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
of course.
over
At the-
there
at
on
the
3rd
Grove.
Street, right? And
Yeah.
you were there with a lot of family.
Yeah.
Do you remember that or no?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because you said hi to me.
Yeah.
And at that point, I didn't really know who you were.
Right.
And then later I researched,
Uh-huh.
and then I felt guilty for not being more friendly to Thomas. So that was my first encounter with him, and that must have been 15 years ago.
Okay. Well, now let me say my side of that. I was so excited to see you. I'm like, oh my God, there's Bobby Lee. I'm gonna act like a big wheel in front of my huge family and be like, look.
Yeah.
Here's one of my hundreds of Korean stand-up comedy friends. Like this is just like this could be any night.
Right.
And I'm like, oh hey Bobby.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
And then you looked at me
Yeah.
and you're like, who's this Tiki Torch guy? I don't know him. I don't need to be. I don't.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Yeah,
I'm blushing.
But you're like,
I'm blushing.
no. Here's now I'm sad because I'm
Right.
like, oh boy, you acted like you're like, oh yeah, that's Tom. He's cool.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
did, and then I felt guilty, and then here's another encounter I remember.
Right.
I was at
Yeah.
El Cholo.
Sí, claro.
Yeah. And you were eating with your wife and one of your kids, I think. And I remember the kid in a Halloween
My
costume.
white family or my other family?
Well, you have a black family as well.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, I remember that. Do you remember that?
Of course.
No.
Well, I don't remember that well. But did you? Oh no, I do. We were in the back little room. We were in the
Yeah,
narrow
yeah,
room.
exactly.
And were you were out? Plug your ears.
Yeah.
Plug your ears. Were you on a date with a lady?
I think it was a different girl than Khalyla.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, she's fine.
You guys were
I've-
literally
I've-
making love.
No, we weren't doing that. No,
at
we
El
were
Cholo.
making love. No,
It was
no,
just
no.
so much. It
was
was like
It doesn't hurt me.
it was
I've uncovered
literally-
hooker photos like all
It was
over
like
the place.
it was like the Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
Guacamole flying, and it was dangerous because you had one of those open fajita plates next to you, and just oh god,
Yeah.
lovemaking.
Yeah, that
and
was
that's
me.
when I told my son, I'm like, this. I'm glad that Bobby Lee's making love on the next table here at El Cholo because you had to learn about this at some point.
So you don't remember?
No, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that, and I was like, Bobby, I haven't seen you since Detroit.
Yeah.
And you're like,
then that was that, and then and I'm gonna just tell you my next experience with you. You weren't in it. You weren't around.
okay,
But I
You're
was
jerking off to
watching
17 again.
Yeah. I was watching. I rarely go out to the movies to watch anything, and I generally don't watch comedies because
Because it's not fun. Don't get high in your own supply.
yeah, exactly
You
right.
watch horror and then you watch
Right, action
occasionally-
movies sometimes. Yeah.
Are you
And-
the same way?
and snuff. Yeah.
Ah, that's exactly him.
Yeah.
Snuff.
Do
Snuff
you, well,
especially.
have you ever bought a ticket to see another comedy
Uh,
that you weren't in?
it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
But of course I have. I just can't think of one. This is scary.
Yeah.
But of course I have.
There's something about Mary is the last one I saw.
Come on, there's got to be another one.
I saw Kingpin before
That's not
that.
true because Best in Show came out after that.
Yeah, but I saw that on DVD.
Oh.
No, we're talking about in the theater.
In the theater, like
I saw-
buying a ticket.
I thought that you
Because
went to the theater
the
for
other
that
thing
for
about
some reason.
being in comedies, like Dog Days, which is in theaters right now, is can I ask this about you?
Yeah.
When you see a comedy, and any friend of yours is in it, do you just quietly go, "Fuck them, fuck"?
It's even.
Fuck.
It's not even that.
That could. Ah,
It's even. I go.
I'm a much funnier waiter.
I also go into myself.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm watching, I
can
go.
make- yeah.
I'll laugh. I go, "Oh, JoJo's in it," in my head, and I'll be like, "What the fuck have you been doing?
Yeah.
You didn't read for that."
You didn't, no, of course. This is exactly what I do.
You had
I'm
an
like,
audition. You didn't
yeah.
read for it.
Yeah.
And because you were like doing some bullshit.
Yeah.
And this is you fucked your own life up.
Okay, so there was a movie that my friend John Hamburg made called Why Him?
Yeah.
And there was a character in it called Gustav the Manservant.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, so Tom, I was kind of thinking about you when I wrote the movie. And he's like, I'd love you to come in. Just, gets political. Just come in and read for Gustav the Manservant. And I'm like, ach ja. And I do some of it in German.
Yeah.
And I'm frolicking around and I've got like the exact right, like weird tank top shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm like, ich bin Gustav the Manservant. Felt like I nailed it.
Right.
Wrestling him on the ground. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he sends me an email because we're pals. He's like, oh, we're going a different way. And I'm like, oh, we're going a different way with the role that I was kind of in your head.
Yeah.
And then I see the trailer for the movie, and it's like probably my favorite living actor. It's Keegan-Michael Key.
Wow.
And also my friend. But so then you just go down a rabbit hole. So this is why you can't go see comedies.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, well, that's great casting, son of a bitch, and he's got funny mutton chops.
You do ever have bad auditions? I feel like you don't.
No, I've tanked some stuff for sure.
And how do you? Because I have. I mean, I know I've talked about it a lot on this podcast, but
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to him about because I have PTSD from some of them.
Sure.
Like they're so
Give me
terrible.
a great one. Yeah.
That I had one in front of Amy Poehler once.
Oh.
Where I
stings,
bombed
'cause
so
she's great.
bad. That I hit my head over a water bottle when I was walking into my car, and I bled from my head.
Oh my God.
Like I abused myself.
I got one for you, and this is a weird deep cut.
Right.
But it was during Parks and Rec. They sometimes will bring in other actors just to fail, so that they can show the studio that they're positive about who they want.
Wow.
Really? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I read for Nick Offerman's role.
Right.
But like most of the people in charge of the show didn't even come. It was just we gotta turn some people through. You gotta throw a couple. So we gotta have some lambs to the slaughter.
Did you know that going in or no?
I did not know that going in.
Right.
I was just like, the world is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh no. They wrote this very specifically for someone else. You're not that person. You are not getting it. Yeah.
Wow.
But every once in a while,
I had a friend who had a
Yeah.
sitcom, and I'll just say it. I'm not gonna say the person or what the sitcom is.
Right.
But this person had a sitcom, and everyone read for it. And eventually, I started saying out loud, "I can't fucking read for that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This person's my friend.
yeah.
And then I know they casted the part, right? But I get called in for it anyway.
No.
Yeah. I'm in a room with no producer, just an intern with a camera.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm literally, once I
you're
show up, I already know what it is.
Yeah. And they're like, do you need another one? They're like, no. Whoa.
Yeah.
I could do another one.
Yeah.
No. You know what? It was great.
Yeah.
Great. Did you even get it? Yeah, it was great.
And that was like heart fucking breaking.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I once heard them closing Will Arnett's deal through the door.
While you were before you came in.
It was just like, I was like, oh, they're like, oh my God. So literally tell Will we will do anything. Anything.
Yeah.
As long as he does it.
Yeah.
Great. Yes, it's Role of Gary. It's 18 days in Vancouver.
Yeah. It's the stuff.
Favorite nations.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Tom. Come
Yeah.
on in. Break a leg. And they're like, oh.
And where do they
Okay.
come up with the terminology? Like, if you have a good
Favorite
audition,
nations?
or
Oh, which one?
favorite nations, or they put a pin in
I'd
you.
actually still
They put a pin in you.
I don't know what that means. What put a
They
pin
don't
in
put
you?
it in you. They put a pin. Like, not
What does that
in
mean?
you.
Yeah, no, they put a pin in you means we want someone else. What if that falls through?
You're the next option.
You're either the backup or like the second backup.
Yeah.
I've been pinned so many
Oh,
times.
getting pinned.
Right.
You're right.
So somebody made that up.
By the way, they also here's one for you. They're just checking your avails. This stings because you'll be like, people
That
will be like,
one's
hey,
painful.
checking your avails for August, 26, 27, 28. Oh yeah, I'm available. Okay. And then you're like, hey, remember when
Yeah.
remember when that cool thing was calling to check my avails?
Yeah.
I'm still avail. Was that
Oh yeah.
like what happened, guys?
yeah. What
Hey,
happened?
guys, what?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like, oh no, that's not.
Yeah. I'm afraid to call. So when they go, they
Yeah.
check the avails, they put a pin in you,
Put a
right?
pin, yeah.
And then it's getting closer to August 28th where that you cleared it.
Yeah.
And do I call and go, hey, what's up with
Am
that?
I just gonna get a call sheet tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I wake up and I go there?
Yeah, I just wait for the 28th and I'm just not in Vancouver. You know
I'll
what I
do
mean?
you. I'll do you one, Bobby.
Yeah.
Not only can I not go see comedies because it's
Yeah.
always a tiny bit sad.
Yeah.
Because all you're going to be reminded is, yeah, Rob Hubel's a genius. Did I? All right. Yeah. Nick Kroll can do almost anything.
Right.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Great.
That's how I felt about you on Sean Saves the World. I
Thank
literally
you.
sat there and watched you rehearse.
Thank you.
And I said to myself, yeah, I should get out. Because whatever he just did, I can't do that. I mean, you were it was a rehearsal.
Yeah.
You had all the lines memorized.
I didn't have very many lines. That's another secret.
And then you were like going
Yeah.
in and out of this like,
Little secret, be a side dish. Like I am in Dog Days, which is out in theaters.
right.
I'm going to a 9 at minimum.
Keep doing it. I don't give a
I'll
fuck.
keep doing it.
Here's
so
another
be
thing.
a side dish is a secret. Oh, when you're a side dish,
Yeah.
yum, 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 yum. You're aware of kimchi, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of
Of course I'm aware of it.
Yeah. Sometimes my Korean friends, sometimes you have 2 fridges, one for kimchi.
Do you have Korean friends?
Yes, I do. As
How
a
many?
matter of fact.
How many do you have?
3.
What are their names?
John Cho,
Yeah, he is a friend, yes.
Bobby Lee,
Yeah.
and Kathy Shim.
I know Kathy too.
Kathy's married to my writing partner.
Tell Kathy I said hi.
You don't have to. You have a podcast.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
You're telling her right now.
Hi, Kathy. I love Kathy.
Easy.
No, she's
married-
great.
yeah.
I've worked with her
Of course,
before.
I know she's married to
she's
my
great.
writing partner.
So
have
when
2
I was,
babies.
I bought
She's
a ticket
hilarious.
for
Yeah.
an action movie, and I was looking forward to it. It was one of those movies where I went, you know how like Hereditary was the movie that for 2 months I was waiting to see.
I hear it's great. Is it great?
This other movie was one. It was I loved it. I saw it twice.
Great.
So scary.
I've very seldom seen a movie twice.
It's so scary.
Last Temptation of Christ.
I love that movie.
Weirdly, I saw
Yeah,
it twice.
why'd
in the
you see
first-
it twice?
I don't know why.
Why would you
I
see
think
that
maybe
movie?
I had nothing
So
to
brutal.
do, and I was like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie really is. When you watch it, though, it is
That was a weird
really
movie.
emotional.
And the
And
cool
violent.
Peter Gabriel music. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Everybody's got wieners out.
The movie was
Maybe that's why.
Dark Knight,
Dark Knight.
the movie that I went to see.
Dark Knight Rises? What's the one that I'm in?
No,
The second one.
the movie that you're in.
I'm in the third one.
You're in the third one. That
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Bane.
With Bane. Yeah. And I'm sitting there in the you were not in the second one.
No, I'm in the third
You're
one.
in the third one.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there in the theater, and when you came on as the doctor,
Yeah.
the place went crazy.
When I turned around.
Because I think it was partly because it was unexpected to see Thomas Lennon.
Too much tension. There's a lot of tension going in.
Right, there's a lot that he scales to see
everything's murdered.
Yeah, he goes there to scale to see Gary Oldman, right?
Who's maybe dying.
Maybe dying, right? So when you turned around,
Hello. Like the fact that I don't have like a bubblegum cigar
Yeah.
or like a beanie propeller.
but you had worked with him before Christopher Nolan. Memento.
I'm also in Memento.
Right?
Yeah. Which is a great
It's
picture
a
if you have
great-
not seen it.
Oh, one of the best.
It's
Memento's great.
Memento's a trip.
Yeah. So when you're working with someone, because I've seen him over at the
Oaks.
Oaks,
Gourmet?
Gourmet
Sure.
with his kid.
Yeah.
I don't say anything because I just get so intimidated. But
Yeah.
do you?
I'm intimidated about him too. But,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he's
On-
actually a funny, sweet guy.
that day when you were working, or a couple days, whatever.
90 minutes.
That 90 minutes that you were working.
Not only does he not slow down, on movies, he actually drops days out of the schedule because he starts to speed up the faster he goes. So the more he makes a movie, the less days it takes, which is crazy.
Incredible.
But it's very true. You know, he doesn't like have a trailer, and he doesn't like usually have monitors. He's just like on his feet making the movie. It's really impressive.
He doesn't have anything where he can see something back?
Maybe he does. To my knowledge, I've just been around him, and he just like films it like a movie, like kind of like Clint Eastwood also does the same thing.
Yeah,
he's just there, like, and there's a camera guy, and I mean, I'm sure for the big stunts sequences, he looks at monitors and stuff. But for me, you get with Christopher Nolan, you also get like 2 takes.
Wow.
You know, a third if you really fucked up the second one, but probably not. And
Now,
then,
knowing this,
is it very scary?
are you nervous?
Oh my God! I couldn't sleep for days before. I had 1 page of dialogue, which is all I say in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
And someone hand delivered it to my house, like 4 months before shooting.
Wow.
It was on red paper, so you couldn't Xerox it.
Right.
And everything other than what I say was redacted with a big black marker. So I didn't know who I was talking to. Well, except that I said, "Well, Mr. Wayne."
Yeah.
If I didn't say, "Oh, Mr. Wayne," there was no way to know. Like, I could be talking to anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're getting that delivery,
It got hand delivered, and a guy handed it to me, and I was like,
imagine.
I was like, this was really exciting. I was like, do I need to like sign something? And the guy looked at me and he went, "No."
Wow.
Just like, if this page fell in the wrong hands, you're dead already.
Wow.
Yeah. It was very exciting. So, but imagine having, you know, it's like a little paragraph and then a tiny little paragraph, and then you have 4 months to think about it.
My God.
You're just like,
I'm sweating as I. Yeah.
I'm the time,
Yeah. I can't.
Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
Italian.
So now let me. So now your day off.
Hello, Mr. Wayne.
Where's the shot? Chicago.
you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is one of those times. They're like, hey, Christopher Nolan would like you to play this little part. It's basically a cameo in The Dark Knight Rises. The movie's shooting in downtown Los Angeles, which is basically where I live.
Yeah.
You know, not
Amazing.
that fun. I mean, fun, obviously. Downtown Los Angeles, India, Pittsburgh, and London. And I was like, my fucking luck, I'm going to get downtown Los Angeles.
Right.
I got London.
Wow.
Yes.
So you flew to
You gotta
London.
fly. You gotta get a work permit. You gotta go to a wardrobe fitting. You gotta go back to the hotel. You gotta eat spaghetti, which you know I love to do.
Yeah, I love spaghetti.
Oh, you know I love being on location.
So you're
having
in
spaghetti.
London.
London.
Right, in a nice hotel.
Crazy thing. I was in this hotel, and then like a fleet of women in burqas moved into the second floor, who were obviously with some like Saudi prince or something.
Yeah.
And they asked that I be removed from the floor. I literally came up one night to my hotel, lovely hotel,
Yeah.
the Langham in London, and I have the worst room, and there's all these ladies with like Louis Vuitton suitcases all the way down the hall. Wow. It's just steamer trunks. And just like burqas, but with, you know, like Jimmy Choos and like $5,000-$10,000 shoes. And everybody looks at me quietly, and I'm like, what just happened? Something weird just happened. And then I go back to my room, and then later that night there's a message from the manager who's like, Mr. Lennon, one of our guests needs the whole second floor. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We have to move you to one of the penthouse suites. Would that be okay? And I'm like,
Bobby Lee. Just to see.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that was going to work. And then I did nothing in the movie.
Right.
Could barely remember my lines because I've known them for 4 months. So I'm just like,
Oh, hi, Mr. Batman.
But okay, let me ask you this:
Batman,
when you show up,
please.
though,
Yeah.
Now, did you know Christian Bale before that?
I did not.
So you're in now. Where do you see him in the makeup trailer or?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No, the makeup people, I'm sure he's in some other makeup situation.
So you're
'Cause
on
he's
set,
Batman.
and then he shows up.
Yeah, and he comes in, and the thing that's disconcerting is he's also, you know, he's a big handsome guy.
Yeah.
But then he's also like very mellow and funny.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that. Yeah.
And he also, you know, you forget he also talks like this.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you'll see him, he comes in and he's like Batman,
Yeah.
and then he's like, oh hey, yeah, it's alright, so you know, I'm Chris, and I'm in the Batman, you know, and you're like, oh, you're just like a kind of a sweet kind of cocky guy. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm the Batman, you know. So when you come in, I'm Bruce, and then you'll be my doctor, right? And then it's like, It's just like a regular.
He's telling you what the scene is. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But
That's so funny.
But he's very unassuming and, he's a funny dude. Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. I think maybe you were intimidated, but I think
course I
it
was.
makes it easier, though, that you were already in Memento.
Yes,
Right?
I don't know if
Because-
you knew that. I don't know if there's a way to say that, like, "Hey, Christian Bale, how's it going?"
No, but not Christian, but in front of at least Mr. Nolan.
Hey, everybody.
He
I think I made a joke like, "Once every 13 years, we'll make a movie,"
you did. Yeah. That's
which
so
was
funny.
also like kind of sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's the greatest.
He makes.
He is
great
one of the
movies,
greatest
man.
directors. Even Dunkirk was. I've seen it twice.
Crazy.
I love that movie.
I just recently watched. Here's a crazy thing about. Oh my god! I just recently watched Dark Knight. Holy crap!
I know.
The middle one.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's
amazing.
I liked your one too, but
I like them
they're
all,
both,
but-
they're all great.
yeah.
But that second one, and it's
Oh my
also
god! Begins.
Begins is great too.
What's happening?
Yeah,
That movie's so cool.
so good. And to see what happened after that with the fucking Justice League, what fucking happened?
I haven't seen it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it is.
Okay, tell me about it because I actually don't know. I loved Wonder Woman.
That was
Oh,
great.
that was great.
Wonder
That
Woman's a fun
was
picture.
great. That was the only one. And I'm going to say
Yeah.
this, okay?
Okay.
Is that Marvel has a franchise.
Yes.
They do light, a lot of colors. You know,
Yeah.
they're now built like comedies.
Yes.
A lot of fun, very funny jokes.
Oh my god, Thor.
Amazing.
so
Ragnarok.
funny.
One of the
Ragnarok.
funniest movies of the year. From the very beginning when he's in the chains and he's just like, "I'll be right back around with you in a second." I'm like, "What is happening?"
Yeah. It's so funny. So as I'm not a big comic book guy, but I know. I think they should have used Christopher Nolan's movies as a foundation and said, we're going to play this shit real.
Yeah.
And gritty, and we're going to, since they're doing the funny, we're going to do the real. But they didn't do that. They made it very glossy. Have you seen those movies?
Yeah.
No.
There's a glow about things,
The
and
CGI is funky.
the CGI looks weird. It's humorless, lifeless, and I've never even sat through the whole thing on these fucking things. I'll leave or turn it off or whatever. They're fucking garbage.
Heath Ledger's really funny in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Remember the thing with the pencil? That's how you meet. That's how you meet him.
It's fucking.
He basically
amazing.
comes in and he's like, "Ow, there you go."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And his death also, God rest his soul, and rest in peace. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this.
You were kind of doing like
I don't know
that
why I'm
was
doing
kind of
that.
weird.
It was
well,
weird.
because you had the vape.
I had the
pen.
vape pen. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
doing really anything. Okay?
No, you
I was
were-
showing everyone my vape pen.
Yeah.
You like it? But that also his death makes that movie also very.
Tough to get around.
It gives it an extra level of mystery. You're right. Right.
Yeah,
Dave?
it'll never. It was like a Tibetan mandala. You'll never get it again in any way.
Tibetan mandala.
Yeah, Tibetan mandala. I love that you just made fun of how I said that because I feel like that's how you say that.
that isn't the way you're saying it. Right?
Tibetan mandala.
Yeah. So you have Tommy.
Dog Days is in the picture
Dog
house.
Days, yeah.
You go right down to the arc light. You say, "I want the wine, the movie pour of wine,
Yeah.
and a giant pretzel and a wiener."
Yeah.
And then you'd enjoy the Dog Days. It's a great picture.
You want, baby? We should see it this week. Then.
Look at Julio.
I actually think you will love it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Julio by the poster
So there's
of Dog Days?
Julio with
the poster.
the poster of
That's
Dog Days,
adorable.
and look,
That's adorable.
Khakis.
that's T.
That's there you go. You can
Is
tell
that
by
you?
The,
Is
you can
that
tell
your
by the
bulge?
definition.
Bulge,
Let me see.
bro.
It's not me, guys. It's not me.
It's not you. Which
It's
one
not
is you?
me.
You're not in any of
I
these.
technically would be probably just to the side of those people.
Technically.
Right.
Like I'm the guy who's like right next to
Yeah.
the. Oh yeah. I'm just cropped out.
You're cropped out.
I'm
Yeah.
just barely cropped out.
Is
on the other
is
side.
there a guy in the movie with a skateboard?
Oh, for sure. Adam Pally has a skateboard. Probably.
okay,
I don't know.
okay.
Finn Wolfhard probably. From.
Stranger Things?
Yeah, he's got
Oh
a.
yeah.
Which you refuse to watch.
I can't.
Why
watch
do you
it.
not watch Stranger Things, you weirdo?
Well,
please go in
I
deep
auditioned, I
about it.
auditioned for the, and I've said this before, and I'll
That's
say it
okay.
again.
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
this is why we can't watch anything, Bobby. We've now painted ourselves into a corner.
I know. I auditioned
where
for
we
the
have so much
pilot, and then
hatred.
they liked
called the
me a
character
lot.
Bobby.
Asked for
They
your
liked. They
veils
asked for my
twice.
veils twice.
Pinned you
Oh,
5 times.
Right, they pinned me 5 times.
Pinned.
Yeah,
You're veiled.
and,
Which the character? Which character?
for the teacher.
The teacher in the first actually he's also in the second season.
Son of a bitch. He made it to both seasons.
Yeah, yeah. And then I auditioned the second season, because they liked the first, and I just didn't. I was so...
You didn't bring it.
Because in the first one,
You were your own worst
it
enemy.
was called something else, and it was just an audition.
It was called Montauk.
It was called Montauk. And I just went in and I just kind of went, I don't know what this is. I'll just fucking read it.
Yeah.
Right? and when you don't... But now it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Imagine now you're sitting...
Yeah.
you're in the lobby like, I have to kill it.
Yeah.
And with that in it, nah, I can't do it.
I know. You know what I usually do, by the way, and you can have this? I usually walk in and I just look right at everybody and I'm like, I'm going to pass based on the material.
That's so
And
fucking funny.
It's great. And then everybody just goes, ah!
Yeah. What if I said that before you?
That would suck.
I read before you. I said, I'm going to pass based on the material.
There's so many rooms
Get
I
to
could see
laugh,
you
and
in.
then you go in there and
do
you
the
do
same
it.
thing, and they're like,
oh
you know
my
what?
God.
And
How funny that
Bobby
would
does this, and he really destroys it. You know, that's a classic Bobby joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby's been doing that for years.
How do you...
You know, that's the other big bummer is when you walk into the waiting room and you see all your doppelgangers. You've got some, right?
Oh, my God.
I
yeah.
got your... And I've got some that are just... I love their work.
Yeah.
That'll kill you.
Who, when you go into a room, who do you see?
Who do I hate to see?
No, who do you generally see?
I'll see your Andy Dailies.
Andy Daly for sure, yeah.
Stone Cold Genius.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll see your Rob Hubels. I'll
Right.
see your... I'll see your John Michael Higgins a lot.
Wow, yeah.
You know Higgins?
Yeah.
He and I both have that kind of like bon vivant, like angry authoritarian who might also like be into dog grooming and
Yeah.
you know, like, macrame.
Right.
Yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, a bit of a dandy, you know.
Yeah. I see I see sometimes Stephen Yeun twice.
Sure.
Right? Even
Yeah.
though I'm 30 years older than him. And it's
White people can't tell.
they can't, right?
We just can't. Yeah.
I mean, when he walks into a room,
But isn't he
I
like-
literally turn and go, should I leave?
But
There's
whoa,
no
whoa,
way
whoa,
I'm going to
wait.
get this.
But he's just heartbreaking drama guy.
But he's
Isn't
from,
he?
Yeah, but he's from Second City.
He trained at Second City, yeah.
Yeah, and he's very funny.
We gotta get rid of him. No, he's a wonderful guy and a kind of a dreamboat.
Do you know him?
No, I know him a little bit.
I know him a little bit.
We met
too.
like twice, and he was great.
He's just one of the nicest guys.
Porcelain.
yeah,
skin.
he was
Yeah.
just great.
Um,
Son of a bitch. And
but
then he's
but
on cool
now
shows.
a lot of those guys
Yeah.
they're ahead of me now.
Yeah.
So like the Randall Parks, the Don John Cho's, although they're my class of people, I don't see them because they're the leads, and I'm still getting like the Chinese waiter.
You're
You know
getting
what
the
I mean? Or-
Chinese waiter?
Not even the Korean waiter?
Yeah. Or
In this era, you're still getting.
Yeah.
Not really.
yeah, or the
For Europe.
yeah for Europe.
For Europe, they don't know.
They don't.
Yeah, that might be.
Yeah.
I was actually okay. So I was at walking around the Paramount lot. I had to do something there, so I took my son. I just had to kill some time at Paramount. We walked around the whole lot, and they were filming on the back lot. And I was like, "Oh wow, what are you filming?" And there's like a nice PA. Like, "Come over, you can watch." And I'm like, "Oh cool." I'm like, "What is this?" And she's like, "It's a Lucky Strike commercial." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "The cigarettes."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, this is just not for America." She's like, "No, not for America." No, so that like there's stuff that exists.
Yeah.
Our world is very small.
When you
over
go
here.
to when you go to Japan, you'll see DiCaprio with a watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a Rolex. You'll see Brad Pitt selling oil.
But sometimes you'll
Or
see
whatever, you know.
there was an
Chevron.
like Woody Allen,
Chevron or whatever. Yeah.
There was an old Woody Allen like whiskey ad and stuff, but it's all overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do big A-list actors go, I don't want to be seen in a certain way in America?
Some of the guys with the watch, they don't even put it on. It's just like near them.
right.
That's how
They're
it
like-
was for me in the Philippines. Everything, all the beers and all the rums were Steven Seagal. And his line was, "I found gold in the Philippines." And Steven Seagal is the biggest thing. Growing up, that's just all you saw.
With Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
You
It's
mean
just
Steven
Steven
Seagal, special Russian envoy to the United
Right.
States?
Yeah.
Steven
But this
Seagal.
was pre-special Russian envoy.
Yeah. Wait, we have a
Great.
commercial?
I want
Yeah.
one of these
What is it?
campaigns.
Oh, before we continue, we have a sponsor, Lisa.
Leesa, Leesa, Lisa mattresses for the future man and women. You guys, Lisa's the future man. The bed It's what they're gonna use in the Star Trek next, like Enterprise, if they ever make an Enterprise.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like those beds look like Lisa mattresses. They're futuristic. Jean-Luc Picard is probably sleeps on one. You know,
Because he's a captain.
He's a captain, and we have a Lisa mattress in our own bed, and I sleep like a little baby, little white baby.
Little angel baby.
Little
Little
angel
white
white baby.
angel baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is the best mattress I've ever had. For a quality night's sleep, helps you recover from distractions faster, prevents burnout, makes better decisions, improve your memory, and overall make fewer mistakes in life, guys.
You spend a third of your life sleeping.
Yeah.
It better be on something like Lisa.
Yeah, and Richard Dawson, you know, he used to Family Feud.
Yeah, Family
He used
Feud,
to
yeah.
host a Family. He passed away many years ago.
Yeah, but
he said to me one time, he's like, I need a bed that's gonna do this and that. But it's too bad that Lisa wasn't around
yeah.
for Richard.
told you that.
Yeah, it really is. You know.
And guys, remember, Lisa plants one tree for every mattress they sell and are committed to planting 1 million trees by 2025.
Yeah.
So don't miss these summer savings. Get $160 off a Lisa mattress at lisa.com/belly.
Love Lisa.
Oh, we love it. Do
We
you
love
like
it.
Lisa
So-
mattress?
I do. Let me. Do you want me to read it for you? What do we say about Lisa mattress?
You've already slept on it. How do you feel about it?
Guys, you know I live down on Millionaire's Row. I don't know what a Lisa mattress is.
I've met Steven Seagal twice.
Do it.
And the only thing I know about this motherfucker is he loves to say namaste.
Oh yeah.
By the way, so do I. This is something shitty white people love to do. Because so do I.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite thing.
You see-
and even when I don't say namaste,
Yeah.
I just go like this. Just to show that I'm the douchiest white person.
Right. But do you think Steven Seagal only says namaste in front of Asians, or you think it does that in front of other, just regular people?
anyone?
Anybody.
Bobby, first of all, you distinguished Asians from regular people, which is... You did that. That's insane.
Yeah.
That shows how fucked up the system is.
No, but what I'm
But on
saying-
behalf of regular people...
When I say regular, dude, let me just say that when I say regular people, though, what I really do.
said regular
I
people.
understand that, but
So
I'm not
confident.
trying to downplay Asians. I think we're more evolved,
Probably.
so that's why I say it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Chinese
It's not-
people probably are.
Yeah.
They made up fireworks and stuff. Quality night's sleep.
Yeah,
Helps
yeah,
you recover from distractions faster, prevents burnout, make better decisions, improve your memory, and overall make fewer mistakes. It's not marketing, it's science.
I want to talk about Tom.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Odd Couple.
Yeah.
And number one, it was one of those shows. It was after Sean Saves the World, correct?
Yes. In
Right.
fact, Sean Saves the World probably led to me meeting on Odd Couple. Probably.
Right.
Because I was
NBC,
like...
they're both NBC.
Well, it's really hard to be like a main character in a TV show if you have not been that before anywhere else.
Ah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Like they don't want you. The lists are tiny of like there's 3 people that can be in everything.
Right.
And it's really hard. So Sean Saves the World, while not a hit in any way, did open doors for me a little bit to like, okay, you're sort of allowed to be on something else now.
Right.
You know, which was nice.
But did the show air? It aired, right?
Odd Couple?
Yeah.
We did 3 half seasons, which was a very strange thing.
Yeah,
to do.
that's the thing. That was the
It
thing.
was
weird
so
thing
weird.
about it.
We would do like a half a season, and then hang around for a little bit, and then we do a half a season, and then another half a season. Yeah.
But they contractually can have you for 3. Is it half a season 3 years of your life?
It was probably door to door. It probably was very close to 3 years of my life.
Right.
Yeah.
So then they could just hold you, like do
Yes.
13 episodes and hold you for a year.
Yes,
Yeah.
they sure do.
And do they pay you for the off?
No, not only do they not pay you, they don't. But the upside is generally they pay you a lot when you do it. You know, so like if you bitch and moan about it, you're an asshole.
Right, yeah, you can't.
So that was a really weird thing because it both really kind of kept me from doing like, you know, at some point Ben and I will probably do another like weird like Reno 911 type thing.
Oh, that'd be great.
But it kept me out of that arena for a long time.
Yeah.
And doing. Have you ever watched? You've watched Ricky Gervais's Extras?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a couple of it.
That was really interesting because in the second season, he does a show that he becomes famous for.
Yeah.
But he's not necessarily super proud of it. The guy goes, "Are you having a laugh?"
Yeah.
And The Odd Couple felt a little bit like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Where I was like, no friend of mine had ever seen it, to my knowledge, like ever.
But what was?
I was hiding in plain sight for years.
I know. I knew about it. Because I would hear.
Well, we're also pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was Matthew like? Without getting it,
No, he
surfacely.
was. He's. It's tough because
yeah.
he's his own probably toughest critic, and
Yeah.
he's a passionate guy.
He's and I've met him couple times before, and I like him.
No, he's a good dude, and it was always he takes it very seriously, and he created that show.
Yeah.
And he was very passionate about it, and honestly, I think if we'd been on like slightly earlier in the evening,
Yeah.
it probably would have run much longer than it did.
Yeah. Because you two together would have been. In my head, I thought it was a no-brainer.
We had a nice. We clicked well. It's weird because we have a mutual ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, who was like a major girlfriend in his life and my life.
Wow.
Yeah, our friend. I can say it, her name is Gabby, but she was.
I dated Gabby.
You dated Gabby? Wait a second. Yeah. No, but so it was really funny, and then Gabby came to a taping, like of the show, and it was so funny. And she brought like her whole family, and she was
Is
like,
Gabby married now?
Yeah, well, she's married and with kids and everything, and she's a success and does a lot of stuff.
Is her husband an actor?
No, he's a director. But they all came to the show, and it was just like a really weird moment.
Oh wow, that was weird. That's weird.
Here's all of Mom's ex-boyfriends.
Yeah.
living in a fake apartment in New York City.
Yeah.
Fake bickering in a fake apartment.
You have one or two kids now.
I have one child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems so happy with the.
He's a cool kid. I like him. Yeah. The weird thing about kids is they don't. There's no way to prepare you for how much you will like the one that you have. Because other people's kids seem like a real pain in the ass sometimes.
This is why I can hear. I think.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Right.
sweetie, I honestly want one.
You should do it. Do it right now.
No.
Do it right now. Do it right now.
Honestly,
Right now. Do it
Do it right now. Do it right
and
now.
the reason why
Do it right now.
is because when I see dudes like this, right?
Regular
just,
dudes.
No, just like talented, comics, comedian guys,
Well-
actors I know, and he can do it. And the times I've seen him with this kid, it seems like fun. Tell me.
Great. Whenever I see you with my kid, obviously game face. I'm like, keep it together. This is one of Dad's 3 Korean friends. And if you fucking blow this for me, you're done.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So obviously we're putting on a game face when we see you. 2, it is really fun. 3, as I was on my way over here tonight at 8:30 p.m., I was like, who is up this late? Ever.
Right.
That doesn't happen anymore. Get ready. It's a big difference.
Wait, so
Shit like this, like
you sleep
throwing
at,
out.
You sleep at 9 at night?
I sleep like things that really wind down at our house. By 10, it's very quiet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we do need a kid. Is he? Yeah. Now this is really interesting for
Yes.
me. Before you had a kid,
Yes.
what was your schedule like?
Oh my God, soup's casual. I could also, pre-kids, I could sleep basically like 11 hours a night.
Uh-huh.
Then I would take a 90-minute nap in the afternoon. I was just a human kitty cat.
Yeah.
Very similar.
I was talking to a girlfriend of mine who, when I first moved to Los Angeles, one night we went to that restaurant, the Stinking Rose,
Yeah.
as a joke.
Yeah.
We were like, fuck it, let's go to the Stinking Rose. You know why? Because we have nothing to do ever. And I look at you guys with the 3 dogs.
Yeah.
And it's God bless you. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's really different. Like tomorrow, like what's the morning like? You probably have a gig in the evening or
I have
something.
a table read at 1 at Warner Brothers.
So what time are you gonna pop up in the morning?
I'll probably leave the house at noon.
Yeah, but
Tell
you
him
walk.
what time you actually go to bed.
I'll go to bed at 5 in the morning.
See, that's insane.
It's not insane.
But you also just had. By the way, I'd also
Oh,
like
yeah,
to point
I
out.
drank too
I
much
know
of
they're
it.
a sponsor, but you had a sugar-free Red Bull at 9 o'clock. This is some bullshit that's gonna change.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
you know
you
what?
have a
I
kid.
think that I
Yeah.
want.
I think you should. Oh no, you gotta do it. You got to do it.
No, listen.
Yeah.
I want to change.
Wait, just from drinking Red Bull at night?
No.
That's not that hard.
I'm almost 50.
Bobby, you're not almost 50, are you?
46.
I thought you were about the same age as Stephen Yun.
I don't know. But what I'm
Just a
saying is
callback on
that
internet.
because for fucking 25 years I've just been sleeping at 5 in the morning.
Right.
And
It
I
will.
wake up to shoots and
It'll
like
make you
my
a-
eyes are all crusto and
It'll make you a better person,
it will.
just not as happy.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, you'll be
Yeah.
like having an amazing time, but you'll be doing a lot of dumb stuff that you don't want to do.
All right.
You'll be mostly just standing around at people's birthday parties for the rest of your life.
right.
Yeah. And
You're not selling it.
like
You're not selling it.
No, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Like you
Why
cry.
is that amazing?
You cry a lot, and they remind you of you. So there's this weird thing.
All right.
And then occasionally they do something cool and neat. And then sometimes they're just a dick.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
usually it's pretty cool and neat.
But you have to admit though, like when
Yeah.
when you work out of town,
Yeah.
you come back home and you
Oh, it's the
go
greatest.
into the house,
Oh, and you
your
see the
dad
kid.
your son is excited to see you.
It's
Yeah.
great.
I'm guessing you and your wife have stable genetics.
Uh,
Between Bobby and I, we are 100% producing some type of serial killer or psychopath.
Well, have you? That's a good possibility.
There's murder on
guys.
both.
On both sides.
And stabbings,
Yeah,
random
stabbings,
stabbings.
random violence.
On both sides.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Family gathering stabbings.
Uh-huh.
Like they happen at family gatherings.
Yeah.
Okay, so the kid's going to be an alpha of some kind.
Yeah.
He's not going to be. They're not going to be a weak child, boy or girl.
Well, it skips a
They're gonna
generation,
cut-
babe. That's what I heard. Stabbings.
They're going to cut. They're
Yeah,
going to.
it skipped us
Oh, it did skip us.
because we're relatively
Oh, shit,
okay.
it's-
You're
skipped
relatively
us.
stable.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go to our kid.
right.
It's really not. The only thing that go to your kids is all the weird shit that you can't help that you do around them.
Right.
Yeah. You got to be careful with like
Like
sarcasm
lying,
and stuff.
sarcasm, yeah.
Sarcasm is really dangerous.
Right.
Kids will say almost anything you say right back to them.
Wow. And I want to breed with you, babe, because
Romantic.
it's not being
You did say
romantic.
breed, which was really weird.
I'm a mare.
Yeah.
But I want to procreate with you, babe,
Oh.
because
Sexier. Ooh.
you're
Guys, kids-
bright.
kid-
You're
kid-
bright.
Kids are pretty fun. They actually are pretty fun. And by the way, perfect time. If you don't really sleep that much now, it's perfect. Because you find that you'll be up at night and it's really weird, but it's like kind of fun. It's like a free drug that you are on that makes you cry and keeps you awake. Yeah. So you cry and it keeps you awake and then you feel shitty.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
first couple of years, especially.
Yeah, you also
right?
eat stuff you don't want to eat because you're endlessly at somebody's fucking birthday party. Literally, there's these like pizzas that.
Birthdays do you go to?
Oh my god, get ready, bro.
Really?
There are, once you start school,
Yeah.
you got to keep in mind. So there's like preschool, and then you have all the preschool friends, and then you move on to grade school, and then there's grade school friends. Fucking, you're just on a birthday rotation.
Oh my god.
You just keep a bin of like weird presents
Why
you
do
don't
you
want
have
around
to
the
go?
house.
Why do you have to go?
You do have to go unless sometimes you really have a lot of writing you got to do,
Right.
or you're very sick. Those are the only real options.
Well, you're
generally
working.
you
when
go.
you're working out of town, you obviously
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
But you have
And then you
to make-
FaceTime. But when you're working out of town, you got to act like you're sad. Because like, if you're,
Oh, right.
if you're up in Vancouver for like a couple weeks, like making a movie,
yeah.
and then people call you from LA on FaceTime, you got to be like, oh god, it's the worst day of my life up here. Totally understand. It's literally is probably the worst day of my entire life. Like, what'd you do? I was like, well, we had a scene, and then it was done, and then I went to yoga and everything. But it was just, it's hell. This movie's hell. I don't know. It's never probably coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great thing when you're on the road.
Well, if I have a kid, I'm gonna
Act
come to
super
you.
sad.
No, I'm gonna be with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out with you for a bit. You're gonna give me notes.
Yeah.
And I'll know all the rules.
Yeah. The other thing about being parenting is also not really that hard. Everything that you need to know reveals itself immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, don't let them fall off the thing.
Yeah,
just then you
safety
grab 'em.
things. Right.
Yeah, it all just reveals itself.
Yeah, like don't leave your random blood pressure pills
Right.
everywhere. Or
Right.
your-
Have you done that?
Yes, for the dogs. Or dogs. In
Dogs
fact,
get blood pressure
Fucking-
pills?
you're
in
gonna bring
fact,
that
one
up
of our
again, fuck.
cats OD'd on his,
Whatever.
what is it? Your Benadryl?
No, it was a Unisom
A
pill.
Unisom.
Wait,
Some.
the fact that if a cat had overdosed on Benadryl, I don't know if that's irony, but a cat that took too much allergy medicine is full-blown insanity. That's like a
insane.
human centipede that I can't wrap my head around.
yeah. Yeah, it took one of our kittens at the time.
You don't know. Just don't leave drugs generally
around.
around
Right.
or loose at all. But I feel like even you know that as a grown-up man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do passcodes on my iPad because I have all this like stuff on it.
Look, all this like stuff on it.
Yeah,
you looked
yeah.
around. It got real dodgy when you looked around.
It's called Olders for Youngers.
What is this now?
His favorite website.
Baby,
Olders for younger.
It's
Is
not-
this
Really like decrepit,
keep repeating it.
older
decrep-
ladies or older?
decrepit old
By the way,
men.
At,
Yeah, Lisa.
at Lisa mattresses, whether you're an older or a younger, or
baby,
TV's
I don't want
Felix
Thomas
Unger.
Lennon to know about that.
I feel like he should know.
Yeah,
But honestly,
I have this weird.
The
porn,
secret is honesty.
I have this weird porn obsession.
Of course.
of older men and younger women.
Okay.
I mean, not just any older man. I'm talking
Like
about 90-year-old decrepit, like on the verge of death.
Okay, that's super, super gross.
Yeah, I know.
And kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
But this is the slippery slope you go down with pornography.
right.
I talked about this once where it's like, hey, I thought that like fetish used to mean like fishnet pantyhose.
Right.
That's fetish. Not at all.
Not at all. No.
It's just people pooping into hats,
Yeah.
and then someone,
yeah.
and then someone has to wear that
Dolphins,
hat,
clowns,
and then
the whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
yeah, the suggestions that come up on websites are weird.
Yeah.
But your
don't-
thing
you don't
really
want- you don't
really
want stuff
bugs
like
me a
that.
lot.
Why does it bother you?
So it's guys who look like Stan Lee.
Oh yeah.
Is Stan Lee in any of them?
And the other are like
Stan
Natalie
Lee's like
Portman
your-
from
Stan-
the Professional.
Well,
Okay,
older than
so
that.
these-
Like, come on.
what you're talking about is crimes.
I'm kidding.
I mean, it's fun
I'm
to
totally
be here.
kidding. I'm kidding.
But these are
No,
straight
no,
up.
no,
I know
I'm
you're
kidding.
kidding. Yeah, of course.
What
Of
it
course
is,
you're kidding.
here's what it
course
is,
you're kidding.
and I'm going to say
Lisa is a
everyone,
mattress.
everyone listening.
Whether you're a
I'm
weird old
blushing right
Stan
now.
Lee.
So I'm going to explain to everyone right now listening. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want people to get out of control. What it is I'm not into when I see the old men, I see me. Because I feel like I'm old, and I feel like I'm not sexy, and so when I see, you know what I mean, older dudes.
I don't think this got better than the way you described it. It was one of these horrible things where it was kind of vague, and then it got more specific, and it actually got way worse.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're saying there's no proper Asian representation in American porn?
See, that's another thing. It's like have you ever seen an American porn and seen some Asian dude? You know what I mean?
No.
No, you're right.
Yeah. I'm not
Because I always have to go
Chuck
deep.
Noodle. You know, Chuck Noodle. Chuck Noodle's not in it.
Classic
Yeah,
porn star.
Yeah. Frank Dumpling is not in it. If Frank Dumpling was rolling up to some fat Chinese guy,
Yeah.
with just some regular girl,
Yeah.
I would download and I'd get
Support,
involved.
like
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians. Yeah.
Yeah, like Asa Akira, right? She's always with some dude that looks like, you know,
All right.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin.
I got a real question for you, Bobby. It feels like you're really focusing on the dudes a lot. Now, I mean, I don't want to peel this onion like a ton. Chuck Noodle. But I'm like, well, she's fine. But why doesn't this guy look like Stan Lee? Why is this guy not a Korean Stan Lee who's about to die with an oxygen tube? Otherwise, so
Yeah, you're right. You know
yeah,
what?
I feel like
I need.
what
need
does
to
it
look
matter?
It
does.
It does
Yeah.
matter because if there's a penis in the scene, right?
Yeah.
And people are doing things to the penis, right? And I can't ignore the fact that there is penile in it, and so it's like you put yourself in that man's. He's basically playing yourself.
Okay. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like I want to suck it,
Okay.
right? It's more
Okay.
like that's me,
No, I understand. It's wish fulfillment.
right?
Yeah, but
so it's not.
So you don't go to POV stuff because you got to see the weird old gentleman.
I hate POV. Yeah, I can't do POV. You like
You
POV?
hate POV.
Why that face, George?
Yeah, it's better than seeing like an old face.
No, but I don't like the angles of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Connoisseur.
it's like I saw one POV where you just see a girl's belly button and her muff.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean?
You can't
I
see
don't
the
wanna
whole. You can't see the whole Stan Lee who's going.
Yeah,
Who comes
He's
creeping
cropped
in.
out. He's cropped out.
Yeah.
Lisa mattresses.
yeah.
Dog
Whether
days.
you're 105.
What are we at?
We're at over 50.
That's amazing. So at the end of our podcast, so Dog Days, you want to plug it again?
Yeah, Dog Days is a lighthearted movie. Has nothing to do with the last several minutes of the podcast. But,
Does it?
not really. It's a hilarious movie. I think if you like dogs, which you guys do, I think you might really love it. It's a very heartwarming movie.
With
some beautiful
sleepers,
dogs in it.
Sleepers, listen to me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm talking to the
Yeah.
people listening.
Yeah,
T Lennon here. I love this guy.
I love you back.
And he's a talented guy, and I think we owe it to ourselves to go buy some tickets for Dog Days.
Thanks, buddy.
I also want people to buy tickets to Crazy Rich Asians as well.
What if they could only buy one ticket? Which one do they buy?
Dog Days first.
Dog Days first.
Dog Days first.
How is Crazy Rich Asians?
I'm not in it, but I
So you can't go see it
I don't see it, but
because it's gonna make you mad.
well,
I want you to go to
well-
Dog Days just because you'll see my part and you'll be like, "Fucking Tom,
yeah.
what's he doing?"
I would love to see Dog Days, but the reason why Crazy and Rich Asians and she's my girlfriend changed my mind about it. In my head, I'm like, fuck, Ken's in it, Jimmy O Yang's in it.
Really?
People that all the people,
Awkwafina.
they've all done our podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Jimmy O Yang, Aqua, they've all done it.
Right.
And I love these kids.
Yeah.
They're beautiful kids. They're
Yeah.
very talented, right?
Yeah.
But when I tried to read for it, they were like, nah, right?
But you're also not Chinese.
That's true.
Is
But either is Ken.
everybody in the movie Chinese?
Either is Ken Jeong.
Ken is actually the only non-Chinese.
Nico Santos, Filipino.
Oh, he is?
Yes. So in your
Now
face,
it's a
baby.
can of worms. I understand.
But then Khalyla goes, it's the first Asian comedy, all cast Asian comedy that's American of its kind. It's a studio movie, and it's got to do well in the box office, and in turn, it'll help everyone.
Yeah.
There's a great expression that I like, which is a rising tide lifts all ships. Isn't that a great expression?
Thomas Lennon.
There's no reason to cry.
Dog Days.
I mean, that's a
Yeah.
great
Isn't that a great expression?
analogy.
I know. When the tide comes in, all the ships
let me
go
write
up.
that with
Even the
rising
ships,
every-
a rising tide.
Yeah.
lifts
Let
all
me
ships.
say it. Let me see if I
even,
can say it.
Even if the ships have some of your absolute enemies on them.
That doesn't.
Comedy enemies.
Right.
That's the end of that expression is
yeah.
some of those ships hopefully will then tip over. And some of these motherfuckers will drown. And then you will get all the parts.
Right. A rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. That's a great.
You don't have to
one.
write it down. It's
I'm
like,
not-
it's
I
literally
memorize-
like-
I think I memorized
It's
it.
a super famous expression.
I've never heard of it before.
You've never heard of it?
He doesn't read much.
I've never read
I don't
that
either.
before.
Somebody said that to me one time.
That's a
They're like,
great.
It's good.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, something that's good for us is good for all of us. If
So
it's
I was the
actually good
only
for us.
one
Yeah.
in shock of that. You've heard it before. Be
I've
real.
definitely heard that.
Have you heard of it before?
Team Sports, they say that a lot.
How about you?
Oh yeah.
Tiki Torches, man?
People,
I mean,
these
Well
tikis.
then I don't. I feel
not that
now. I feel
amazing.
bad about it. But
just recite it one more time.
All right. A rising tide lifts all ships. Feels good.
Yeah.
And then some of them tip over and your enemies die.
Comedy and
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
That's the second part of it. Yeah.
And some of your enemies just fall off the fucking
They
back.
drown like babies.
they-
huh? Don't they? They drown.
Oh, and then you
Gurgling for oxygen. They can't get it.
they
and
can't get it.
suffocate in their own
That's right.
waters.
And then you're technically available.
Right.
technically.
And then the sea creatures eat their dead bodies.
I know. I worry about you sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I love
At
you.
the corpses.
And then sometimes, every once in a while, I
Yeah,
worry.
they just nibble
Right.
at the flesh.
Anyway, rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah. At the end of our podcast, TT, we do a thing called unhelpful advice.
Yeah, great.
And let's start.
Unhelpful advice?
Yeah.
Sure. Is there
It
categories?
can be helpful or unhelpful. It doesn't
Sure.
matter.
I got one. Oh no, go ahead.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and Thomas Lennon.
Hello, TigerBelly family. I'm listening to your podcast now, and a little bit made me laugh and made my day better since I've been crying. Had an argument with my boyfriend about finances. My boyfriend's jealousy. I told him I feel like I'm walking through life not being myself. Like my soul is out of my body type thing. We've been together for 3 years now. I'm 29 and my boyfriend is 33. We have a 2-year-old son and a 5-month-old baby girl. My question is, when we argue about the same thing over and over, I think I'm wasting my time. Or should I stick it out? Is it going to get better? My boyfriend is more emotional and into his feelings. I'm not talking about my feelings. How do you guys get through your arguments, and do you ever argue about the same thing a lot? Thank you.
They have a kid together?
2.
Well, I don't know what the argument's about. I think that's a specific
Yeah,
thing.
I think that if it's something
Finances.
small,
Finances.
Oh,
one
it's
of
a
them.
financial.
yeah,
financial.
that's a big thing.
That's a big thing.
And her boyfriend's jealousy as well.
That's a big thing too.
I was raised in a house. My parents actually kind of fought a lot, and I will say, as a child who grew up in a house where the parents fought a lot, it can be rough. It's very tough. So I would say, it's worth getting professional help if you can.
Yeah.
To not just keep going down a rabbit hole and keep repeating the same stuff that you're doing to each other. especially if there's kids around. You just don't want to, terrorize them with your feelings and fights, which you can do sometimes.
Staying together doesn't mean successful parenting.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily at all.
That can be a big detriment.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you're staying together and just screaming at each other and making it miserable, that's actually way worse.
Yeah.
The worst moments of growing up were my parents arguing and being in my room and having them scream.
Yeah.
And it really just scary, and it scarred the fuck out of me, I think. When I never even thought about it until just now. But there are moments I can distinctly remember times in what house it was. What kind of night it was. It was school night or whatever. And it's not good for the kids.
There's nothing scarier, really.
Yeah.
But if you want to make sure your children grow up to be very insecure comedians, keep at it. Keep at it. And you're going to get some, like, these people that won't go to see movies because they're afraid people that they love will be in them. And it'll make them feel so bad that they'll want to burn down the movie theater because they... So, those are your options.
The ships drown and the bodies rot.
Yeah, that one got... Remember what you always said was a rising tide lifts all the ships.
I love it. They drown like babies. Yeah. So I don't know. You don't have to stay. You have another one. That one's depressing. Give me another one.
Hello, Bobo, Coloco, Gilbert, and the White Man.
Hello.
I am a huge fan of your podcast and love your unhelpful advice portion. I am a sophomore in college, and I've wanted tattoos all of my life since I was a child. But my super conservative Korean parents would practically disown me if I got any. They say I would be disrespecting them as parents if I got any. I thought about getting some and hiding them with cover-up or long sleeves whenever I visit home, but I dream of having lots of tattoos. What should I do? Is it worth potentially disappointing my parents to have what I've always wanted my whole life? Or should I just give up? Jay Lee.
I think that Asian parents give a lot of empty threats because I felt like my mom was very similar.
I wouldn't do it.
You would not do it?
I would get hit.
Says the guy with the tattoo that I'm looking at literally right now.
Yeah, because I regret all the tattoos I have.
You do?
I do.
Oh.
I think that...
But what if they were cool tattoos?
Yeah, like, what is this?
I don't know, actually.
Exactly.
It actually does kind of look like a weird stamp from a nightclub that you forgot about.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And you can see, like, little, like, because they have to cover it up all the time. And
yeah. First question, if you're
it.
ever going to be in movies, they're always like, do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, I hate it. But I used to, even if I wasn't in the business, I just regret them. But that's just me, right? But she loves hers.
Some.
Right.
There's some that you
I have
regret?
one that I got when I was 16, and another one, this whole big block of black was because I got a random tattoo. I hated it, and I tried covering it up 4 times.
Didn't quite work. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I worked at a tattoo shop for several years.
Yeah.
And I always just tell people, it's like, you really have to sit down and think about it, because the way you want to express yourself today is not necessarily how you want to express yourself later, and that's just on you forever. And, you know, removing tattoos is 3 times more painful.
Yeah.
Could I make a quick pitch if we're talking bad advice here?
Yeah.
Here's what you do. Get a shit ton of the great, really good temporary tattoos, which you can do at any Halloween store. What you do is then go to the house with the parents, see if it gives them heart attacks and kills them.
Check
if
first.
they're dead, you win. You go get the tattoos done permanently.
Yeah.
If they survive, they disown you, and you're like, joke, alcohol, rub them off. Now I know how you really feel, and you didn't die, which you said you would.
But what would probably end up happening, and this is I like this idea.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Is
good.
you wear the
It's like
tattoos,
gaslight them.
right?
Yeah.
Koreans are Koreans are violent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they'll hit you in the face,
Oh my God.
right? and then when you get hit in the face, and you know, hopefully it's brutal enough where it leaves a mark. Then you go, they're fake, right?
Yeah.
They're fake. Or you do that guilt thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like,
Everybody's
oh, I'm
crying.
so sorry, right? And now I'm
Everybody's-
going to get real ones.
Everybody's weeping.
Right, they
Yeah.
got the hit
Right.
out of the way.
And then you go get them. You go get tramp stamps together. Let's say a rising tide lifts
Right.
all ship holes.
In the stuff.
What?
Oh, so just be clear about what you want.
No, I'd say do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
But I don't have Asian parents, so I don't know. I don't have strict Korean parents.
Are your parents still together?
My parents live in separate apartments in the same retirement community, which is kind of the dream.
But are they still?
Yeah.
They're still technically together.
Yeah. But they each have their own
amazing.
like
That's amazing.
little pad, in a kind of like a
that's
retirement scene, which is like kind of the dream.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's amazing.
But they still see each other.
Oh yeah, every
obviously.
day.
Yeah.
Every day.
And your
but
brother- yeah.
then when they need some space, everybody has a little bit of space.
Right.
You know,
But
just kind of.
those retirement homes can get a little bit contentious because people have crushes on one another. I actually I think that there is a really upward trend of STDs, especially in retirement homes.
I feel
don't
like
wanna
I
think
read
about
that. I do feel like I read that, and it actually is true.
Well, they did. They smashed without condoms or what?
Smash.
So much smashing.
So
Yeah,
much
yeah.
smash.
So much smashing.
There's a lot of smashing going on
Really?
there. Yeah.
It's an old woman's vagina that still works.
Yes.
Wait a second. You can't wait to watch an old man. F you, Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
Who I love.
I have to check
but
it out.
suddenly, if it's an old lady, oh, boo-hoo. Oh, my. Oh, that would be horrifying. Good day, sir.
You're
I
right.
said
You know
good
what?
day.
I'm learning a lot today.
Thank you. And that means
T?
I'm still going to stay for another 20 minutes or so. But good day, sir.
So everyone watch Dog Days. I just really I'm blessed that you came here, man. I really do. I mean, I might not see you for a couple of years.
But we have
But
that kind of friendship.
I
which
know.
like.
We have that kind of
We're
friendship.
not, it's not like I'm going to call you and be like, Bobby, let's go do karaoke right now.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't do anything.
Yeah. Either do I.
No. I go to bed and you drink Red Bull.
Yeah. But when we do see each other,
It's
it's always great.
That's
it.
what's-
Really is.
I love it.
I honestly.
It picks up.
I love you, man.
It
You're
goes,
a good dude.
I love you back.
Good dude.
This
Give
is
him a
really
round of
fun.
applause, already. Thomas
You don't
Lennon.
have to do that.
We'll be
You don't
right,
have to do
guys.
that.
We'll be right back, guys. And we are back. Thomas Lennon was amazing.
He was amazing, and I want to say something to the sleepers out there and the nappers who listen to our podcast. Every single one of you are special, okay? But there are a couple of you that are the real papayas,
Oh yeah.
and you guys are all equal in many ways. They're all equal, okay? But there's a couple of you that have signed up for our Patreon. And when you sign up for our Patreon, you're the real papayas. It has nothing to do with sleepers. Sleepers, you're still very special.
Yeah.
Okay. But these are the real papayas of life. Okay. And I want to shout their names out. We got Juan J. Aguirre.
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 Aguirre. Say it again. 'Cause
Juan J. Aguirre.
yeah.
I wonder what
Juan
ethnicity he is.
I don't know.
Aguirre.
Okay. We've got Laszlo Tatai.
Let me see.
Is that Asian? Is he Asian?
Right.
Tatai, that
Asian.
is Tatai.
Laszlo Tatai.
Tatai.
That sounds like a real papaya name.
That's a real papaya.
Laszlo
Yeah.
is a great name.
It's a great name. And Laszlo probably has a very big penis.
Very big.
Sounds like a big
Just based
big
on his
guy,
name.
Yeah.
Matias
Matias.
Scholl Rodriguez.
That's a long name.
That's a great name, right? Matias is a great name. And he has a very long penis.
Oh, his is
Very.
long.
Yeah.
Not necessarily big, just long.
Melvin Flores also is a real papaya. Melvin Flores has a very
And
short
what do you want
penis.
to say to?
Sorry,
Melvin
Melvin.
Rodriguez.
Sorry, Melvin.
Melvin Flores, has a brown clit.
So what do you want to say to?
But he's a real papaya as
But
well.
he's a real papaya because he donated
Yeah.
to Patreon.
It's Patreon, yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you want to say to Juan, Laszlo, Matias, and Melvin?
A final message.
What?
Those are the guys.
Juan, Laszlo, Matias, and Melvin, I want to say that since you joined our Patreon, I have a little secret. There's an afterlife for you.
Wow.
And in this afterlife, you're going to have 3 blind virgins.
Blind?
Yeah, they're blind.
I forgot in the afterlife you want that.
In the afterlife, you want that. You don't want them
You don't want
what you
sight.
look like.
You don't want
right?
vision, yeah.
And then you get super wings as an angel.
Oh.
Right? So when you die, because you're a part of our Patreon, you're going to get these metallic, super wings.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is guaranteed.
They're made in Tokyo. Right? They are by scientists. And you can fly faster than other
Sleepers, yeah.
other angels out there. Sleepers out there, you're gonna get your regular wings, and they're gonna be very, they're gonna be very good, but not as good as these Patreon wings.
Yeah.
In heaven.
In heaven.
Yeah, but every sleeper gets their own cloud, and that's a good thing. You get to sleep, and you also get when you die, and if you're a Patreon, you also get special privileges. We have. I'm sitting when we're all dead. I set up a little party with Cleopatra.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, Cleopatra and the guy that invented peanut butter.
Who's that?
So you have the in with these people.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have the in with them, and also a guy that makes clogs. So
be on the lookout
so
for those
look a big,
clogs.
yeah,
Be on the lookout for clogs.
Look out.
Look out, guys.
So thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Real Papayas. Khalyla, does Bobby have any shows?
Unfortunately, not for a while since he's currently on set for most of the week. So if you had tickets for Brea, Bobby has to reschedule that date as well.
Interesting. And do you have any shows?
Yeah, so many.
Guys, check. Whoa, your lip is. When I mentioned that to you, your bottom lip is shivering when I said
really?
that.
Should I say it now? I guess it's like there's no better way. I have never in my life felt so much clarity and support from strangers. You know, you guys, after last week's episode where I had a semi meltdown, I remember telling George and Gilbert, like, fuck, maybe we should edit that out. Because I'm like, I don't really know if, it's a comedy podcast. I don't know if I want that out there necessarily. But we thought about it. We were like, fuck it, just throw it out there. And I just won't read any comments just in case, because I expected a negative response. Because I cry a lot on this podcast, 1 every 10.
You do?
But the response I got was not only comforting, but it gave me so much clarity. And I want to tell the entire Slep Kingdom, I read all of your messages, all of your comments, once, twice, some of it 3 times. And you were able to bring me a comfort that not even a great therapy session with my therapist could have given me. And there are a few things. You guys recommended books. I bought all of those. There wasn't one recommendation that I didn't buy. So I bought 8 books over the weekend.
Yeah. She's poor now.
I'm fucking poor now.
She has no money.
But beyond that, there was something that a lot of you said that I feel like a lot of my therapists throughout my life weren't able to point out that you guys pointed out. And it kind of, it gave me so much perspective about why I was feeling trapped in this perfectionist state of mind, along with the depression, of course, because that I can't avoid. The depression is there, but it's compounded by other things. And one of the things that it's compounded by is what a lot of you mentioned to me, which was the fact that I was abused senselessly as a child. Physically, I was always beat for the wrong reasons by my parents who tried their best. My dad, not really, but he didn't stop my mom either. And that had never been explained to me. And something so simple as someone saying, hey, like, you were beat a lot as a child. And I'm like, you're right. I wouldn't dare do anything that might result in failure when I was younger because my mom would beat me if I did. Something as simple as forgetting the shampoo in the locker room. Little things like that. And that like really builds throughout your lifetime. Or you don't think that it matters anymore because you're just this reestablished adult. But that's ingrained in me. So with that, I say thank you because I feel like no one's
awesome. Yeah.
ever put it so. And I'm telling you guys, like, these were thoughtful messages. Like, really, I usually don't like reading long messages, but I read every single word of every single one from all of you. And I just want to say that I've never felt a greater and better sense of community. And that I maybe didn't think existed, but I know now that you guys are fucking dope and your family, and I love you and I thank you endlessly.
Okay, she's gonna.
I'm not gonna cry. Look,
she's gonna cry.
That's
awesome though. That's really you guys are great. The Slep Kingdom,
dude. We have some really prophetic and smart people.
Yeah.
That listen to this. And when I was reading some of your emails, I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. Like they were just able to kind of explain things to me that I wouldn't even be able to properly articulate, myself. So thanks for that. I really appreciated that. And I will try my best to get back to everybody on my own time. But this is just There was a lot of it. And
Don't worry about it being the perfect response. You can
Yeah,
just
I know. You can just say, Claude.
Oh my God.
4 years later, how do I thank everyone? I'm not perfect enough.
I had thought of that too, because I was like, should I have? Oh my God, you're so right. I was like, wait, I should. Some of them are like divulging a lot of information about their life, and I was like, I want to give a meaningful response, not just a standard one. So I was like, each one has to be different, because what if they compare notes with each other, you know? And I'm like, oh, you're right. I should stop doing that.
They're listening now. They know they're appreciated, and you'll get.
Yes, you're so appreciated, and I thank you from the bottom of my aching heart.
That's so cool. Also, why they're so amazing is because got a lot of direct tweets to Olivia Munn.
Oh my God!
Not only
I
did you
saw those. I was embarrassed, but also thankful.
but also thanks, guys. Keep that up, because
That was really
love her to be on
funny.
this podcast. Olivia Munn, Twitter. Also, just a shout out to our sponsors. Thanks again to all of them for supporting the show. For 10% off on your slim and sleek front carry wallet, go to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code TigerBelly. And for a limited time summer savings of $160 off your mattress, go to lisa.com/belly. Did I miss something? Did someone fart? The dog?
No, George is ew at me, like tongue kissing my dog, which is so normal.
Yeah. Jerk.
We're
George.
so normal in LA.
Yeah, a dog that licked my eczema that Khalyla now kissed.
You don't think that I want giardiasis? You don't think I want that? Maybe I do. Maybe I want, intractable diarrhea.
Maybe she wants Gilbert's
Maybe
eczema.
it's part of my weight loss program. Did you ever think of that?
Ooh,
Kiss me, dog. Kiss me, dog.
Any
Give me
update?
giardiasis.
Any update on your diet? Is it still the same from last week?
My diet?
Yeah, because you said. Well, I guess you did eat some meat this weekend.
A lot of vegetarians wrote me, and they said something that deterred me from eating meat. They said everything that you're feeling right now is necessary, and you're actually facing your true self, and that's something that is only possible when meat is not in your system. I was like, oh, I take it with it gave me a reason not to go to Korean barbecue. And look, if you're a meat eater, that's fine. I just don't like the way the agriculture, the business is ran.
Yeah.
Like the inhumane thing. But if you're eating, responsibly and whatnot, whatever. No judgment is what I'm saying. I'm not one of those.
No judgment.
She had
but
4 hamburgers yesterday. She's a liar.
But you're killing animals.
But does that make sense?
But you're hurting
That makes
sentient beings.
Yeah, someone was like, "Oh no, what you're feeling is a gift that's only given to you when you're not eating someone else's soul." I was like,
Jesus.
oh,
Well, when you put it that way, I'm also vegetarian.
I was like, wow, that might be true. I'm very easy to convince when I'm not in a steady state of mind. You can tell me everything. You can tell me red is blue. I'm like, you're right,
I believe you.
But eat souls for happiness.
Yes.
Steal their happiness.
Yeah.
Is that the point?
And be stronger from it.
I mean,
Lily,
fuck the day where, you realize plants are sentient.
Are there 2 dogs eating my knee scab? This is the most...
Oh, because you probably put coconut oil in it.
I put nothing on it.
Oh, they just like meat.
Souls.
They are not vegetarians.
Also, guys, shout out once again to those real papayas. If you're wondering what is he talking about, well, we have a Patreon, and we'll be dropping premium episodes that will not air on anywhere else except on the Patreon website. And we'll be dropping those every Monday. So make sure you check out our Patreon at patreon.com/TigerBelly for those special episodes. And it's for just all the basic access to those audio files and maybe some other secret things. It's just $5 a month. And then if you want to get a shout out like what you just experienced from Bobby butchering your name,
Go and see how.
go see and how by visiting. I'm not going to tell you. So go check that out. George, did I miss anything on that? Or
No, I think we are golden.
golden on that. Any other announcements, guys, before we sign off?
Shout out to Shrimp Daddy at the 626 Market
Shrimp Daddy.
for the free food.
Asian owned.
It was
Yum, yum,
delicious.
yum. Yeah, that was
In fact, that was a highlight of going there because the crowds were really, it was too much for me.
yeah, I told you, it's good when it's early on.
Yeah.
You enjoy it. And too many people, Khalyla starts sweating, and she looks crazy.
Remember my armpits?
Yeah. Looked like there was like juice. Like it was like you were like a nectarine.
So you guys just ran into each other there? You both had plans to go and you just ran into each other? How did this happen?
We talked about that.
Just like oh, hey,
Well,
you're here too?
remember when Gilbert was like, Khalyla, you need to get out more and you need exposure therapy.
Oh, I saw Bobby there too, I saw, it was a whole thing, I think.
My mom
George,
and dad were there.
We totally like, we were all sitting there, we're like, oh fuck.
We brain farted.
We brain farted, we're like, fuck, George.
You know who we brain farted about too? Was Steve and Ilani. Because that's a place that they would very much enjoy. And everyone was there.
Yeah.
Bryce's brother was in town. I had to spend time with him, so it's okay. But
Oh, he said it's so sad. He said it's so sad.
It's back again, next year?
It's next next month. Once a month.
I've heard good things. Everybody says
Once
it's
a month.
great.
You
I
would
just
love
never
it.
know
You would
when
probably
it
find a
is.
girlfriend there easily. Like, no joke. Come on.
You
That's his style.
What's my style?
Asia file style.
Asia file style.
A file style.
Why is your face like that?
I love how Bryce thought that was the funniest thing ever.
Also, Bryce is back, and I'm a little upset because Bryce only has 193 followers. And George
He doesn't?
He only has 893, and George has 4,000.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was closer to 5, but
or 5.
We gotta get Bryce to that 10K.
Get Bryce that 10K. Yeah.
I heard some drama with this Bryce Hall guy, but.
Wait, you have another person with your handle?
Jump there.
Hey, Gobi.
Yeah, he looked me up. It's on YouTube. Some YouTube guy. He's horrible.
He's awesome. I love this Bryce Hall guy.
Wait, what does he
Go
do?
follow Bryce Hall. BryceHall.
I want a
for
more
great
interesting nemesis.
gaming
This
content.
guy,
Oh.
And
1.4
stuff.
million followers though. He's huge.
Because he
Oh,
doesn't.
he's massive.
He's very attractive.
He also does
He is
microfish.
he
I
always
wouldn't
posts
say
photos
he's
with that.
attractive. That's
He's always running around with his shirt off. When are you doing that?
every photo's shirtless.
But
So that's what I'm doing wrong.
looks like an Abercrombie model.
that you might be getting accidental like Google hits on yourself. That's the upside to it. I think that's actually a business strategy to align yourself or name yourself something similar that's already existing, even if it's something negative, because you might get accidental clients that way.
So follow Bryce Halleck. Ignore this Bryce Hall
Bryce
guy.
Hall.
You like microfish?
Yuck.
Follow Bryce House. Yuck. Bring back the yuck. So make sure you follow us on TigerBelly on Instagram at TigerBelly, on Twitter at TheTigerBelly, tweet Olivia Munn, and also email us any questions or unhelpful advice at TheTigerBelly@gmail.com. You can follow Bryce Halleck at Bryce Hal.
Yeah.
And then George Kimball at
You'll find
at
me.
Bryce Halleck.
It's better than Bryce.
And then
You'll
you
find
can
me.
follow Khalyla on
At Calamity K.
and all Bobby Lee stuff at Bobby Lee Live. Everyone, have a good night.